Hello, Standard 10. Today we'll end this chapter, not much. Okay. And after this, we'll be discussing the question answers also. So, we completed some of the results of the First World War, where I explained to you about the Treaty of Versailles 1919. Then I explained to you about the consequences of territorial rearrangement after the First World War on Austria and Hungary. I explained to you consequences of the First World War on Turkey, where I also said that this Treaty of Sevres could not put into practice because there was a revolution in Turkey under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Pasha. There was a revolution in Turkey under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Pasha, whereby Turkey regained the control of Asia Minor and the city of Constantinople. Now, here one of the result of the First World War was the formation of the League of Nations. So, what was this League of Nations? Let me tell you before we begin with. It was an international organization. Okay, and important result of Treaty of Versailles. It was one of the important result of Treaty of Versailles that they set up the first international organization with the name League of the Nation. And when it was set up on January 10, 1920 by the American President Woodrow Wilson with its headquarters at Geneva in Switzerland. So this you have to remember. Okay, so you may get the question when the first international organization which was set up after the First World War. So you are supposed to mention the League of Nations. Means the League of Nations was the international organization. And who set up this? American President Woodrow Wilson, where the headquarters was at Geneva in Switzerland. And when it was set up, January 10, 1920. So when it was set up, it had six main organs: the Assembly, the Secretariat, the League of Council, Permanent Court of International Justice, International Labour Organization, the Mandates Commission. These were the organs of the League of Nations. Now, what were the objectives of the League of Nations? The chief object. Now here's why the League of Nations was formed. To maintain peace, League of Nations was formed to establish peace and prevent any future war uh, in prevent any future war. It was set up. So here you see, to achieve international peace and security and to prevent future wars by establishing international relations on the basis of justice and honor. So what was the objective? Suppose the main objective is asked. So you are supposed to mention to establish peace and avoid any other future war. Second objective of the League of Nations was to promote material and intellectual cooperation between the nations of the world so that man's life may become happier and nobler. The third objective was to formulate plans for the reduction of national armament to the lowest point consistent with national safety. The fourth was to preserve the territorial integrity and political independence of all members of the League by following the principle of collective security. One more objective was to provide for a peaceful change in international relations and to reconsider international treaties which had become inapplicable and had become a hindrance to peaceful international relations. And one more, to supervise the working of the mandatory system for promoting human welfare. So these were the objectives. Now you see, League of Nation failed. Okay, we'll be doing in detail why the League of Nation failed. But League of Nation failed to establish peace. League of Nation failed not only to establish peace, League of Nation failed to avoid the Second World War. Okay, so here the First World War came to an end in 1918, and the world heaved a sigh of relief, but it was not known that after 20 years there would be even another war which would be more disastrous than the first one. So here the League of Nations failed to establish peace in the world. Okay. Now League of Nations also failed. Why we say League of Nations also failed? Because when Hitler came to power in Germany, he refused to accept the Treaty of Versailles. He started the expansion of his empire and increased his military power. Soon Europe was again divided into two rival power blocks or the groups. Okay, result of his aggressive policy. And the Cold War had begun, and in 1939 it culminated in the Second World War. So we see that the League of Nations failed. So we completed the chapter. Okay, so learn the formation of the League of Nations and the objectives of the League of Nations. Thank you.